This is one of the most famous photographs in astronomy, the so-called Pillars of Creation. These vast clouds of gas and dust are in the Eagle Nebula.
Pillars of Creation is an apt name. Nebulae play a key role in the life cycle of stars. They're there at their birth and at their death. And so tonight, the Sky at Night investigates what makes these delicate clouds the crucibles of creation. Coming up, what triggers these spectacular clouds to collapse and give birth to new stars?
And how the process turns full circle as dying stars epic scale. And it truly is epic. Those tiny finger-like protrusions on the top of the columns are in fact larger than the whole of our solar system.
This is a process that happens in nebulae all over the universe. But we can see it in action here because of the way the nebula is lit. Dust in the pillars, ready to collapse and form stars.
Although we know that stars...
But none of these phenomena we find in the lab are the kinds of things we'd expect to find in deep space. Scientists know that there are in fact many complex chemical reactions taking place within nebulae, despite the seemingly hopeless conditions. Not only that, they're a crucial part of the process by which stars and planets are formed. Luckily, nebulae aren't just vast clouds of gas.
Fancy way of saying the exposure, one exposure. Yeah. That's a pretty...
So how can you go about imaging nebulae too? I've got some simple tips, starting with where to view them from. You can get a surprisingly good view through a pair of binoculars or a telescope. And one of the best to start with is the Orion Nebula because it's so bright. Now when you think, but to see the colours of nebulae in all their glory, you need to turn to a camera.
When high-mass stars reach the end of their lives, they explode in an astonishing display that we call a supernova. And the debris that's left from these explosions becomes a type of nebula.
Clouds, they imaged M82, the cigar galaxy. And immediately it was clear.
Star which exploded, we think about this supernova remnant compressed.
And finally, given the time of year, we couldn't end the programme without a look at this. The very festive Christmas tree cluster set against the background of an emission nebula.